Welcome, welcome. Here we are back in the cheapo zone, exactly where we want to be. Yeah, what started it all on the channel, Cheapo Multimeters, that's what we're all about. And we're still all about cheapos. And of course, you know, everything else in between and above and below, you get the idea. But hey, these are the guys that started it all. And this little bad boy, wow, it's really got me excited. The BINTA HK33D cheapo multimeter that does it all. And what I mean by all, I mean it does everything. Volts, AC, DC, frequency, non-contact voltage, live wire, resistance, continuity, diode, capacitance, temperature, both Celsius and Fahrenheit, HFE transistor testing, max min, hold, backlight, microamps with frequency, milliamps with frequency, and high current amps with frequency. It does it all. And best yet, it's cheap. I mean, dirt cheap. This thing cost me like 20 bucks Canadian. Not even, I don't think. Let me double check. Oh, there it is. And yeah, that is freaking cheap. Not only that, it comes with this cool Ferrari red. Oh yeah, I like my Ferrari red. Well, I prefer Maserati, but hey, that's just me. Anyway, long story short, let's take a look at this uber awesome, I can't even talk, I'm so excited. Let's take a look at this uber cool cheapo multimeter and put it to the test. Keep on testing, that is. All right, what do you get in the box? Well, that is a good darn question, my friends. And of course, we got our OEM test leads. We get our thermocouple and some crocodile clips that don't look half bad for a cheapy OEM meter. And one of these, don't know why, tiny Phillips screwdrivers. Also in the package, you get a user manual, as they like to call it, an operational manual. Oops, there we are, operation manual. Look at that. Multilingual, English of course, and all the lowdown, the specs of the meter, up to 10 amps high current, resistance up to 60 mega ohm, 10 megahertz for frequency. I mean, wow. Anyway, nice looking manual. It actually doesn't look half cheap. You know, a lot of these manuals in these cheap meters are absolute trash, but this one doesn't look trash at all. Also get that tiny set of AAA batteries, and you get this little doohickey that just goes in the meter like so, and you can use it to test capacitance and some other things, kind of maybe like so. There we are, like so. Okay. So anyway, lots of little accoutrements accompanying this cheapo. My very first multimeter review was over 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Can you believe it? Man, time flies. Well, guess what? Actually, it wasn't a review. It was like a video. You know, it was just a kind of a what-if scenario style video. Anyway, it was about the continuity between an cheapo multimeter against a big, expensive brand name like you know who. Yes, 8 years ago, this is how it all started. Guess what? I'm going to do the same thing today. I'm going to put this little cheapo up against the Fluke 87.5 in a head-to-head continuity test. Yes, we'll see just how fast and how loud it compares. Cheapy. Compared to one of the most expensive meters you can buy. This shall be fun. Long story short, I want to say big thanks to all of my viewers, subscribers or not. Thanks for sticking with me all these years, these unbelievably fun years. I hope another 8 is in the works. All right, let's put this bad boy to the test. Here we go. All right, what do you get in the box? Well, that is a good darn question, my friends. And of course, we got our OEM test leads. We get our thermocouple and some crocodile clips that don't look half bad for a cheapy OEM meter. And one of these, don't know why, tiny Phillips screwdrivers. Also in the package, you get a user manual, as they like to call it, an operational manual. Oops, there we are, operation manual. Look at that. Multilingual, English of course, and all the lowdown, the specs of the meter, up to 10 amps high current, resistance up to 60 mega ohm, 10 megahertz for frequency. I mean, wow. Anyway, nice looking manual. It actually doesn't look half cheap. You know, a lot of these manuals and these cheap meters are absolute trash, but this one doesn't look trash at all. Also get that tiny set of AAA batteries, and you get this little doohickey that just goes in the meter like so, and you can use it to test capacitance and some other things, kind of maybe like so. There we are, like so. Okay. So anyway, lots of little accoutrements accompanying this cheapo. Speaking of cheapos, I have a question for you. My very first multimeter review was over 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Can you believe it? Man, time flies. Well, guess what? That review, well, it wasn't really a review. It was just, what would you call it? It was just like a, you know, my very first multimeter review actually wasn't a review. It was like a video. You know, it was just a kind of a what if scenario style video. Anyway, it was about the continuity between an cheapo multimeter against a big expensive brand name like you know who. Yes, 8 years ago, this is how it all started. Guess what? I'm going to do the same thing today. I'm going to put this little cheapo up against the Fluke 87.5 in a head-to-head continuity test. Yes, we'll see just how fast and how loud it compares. Cheapy, compared to one of the most expensive meters you can buy. This shall be fun. Hard to believe it's October, and guess what? Here in sunny Ottawa, we are 30 plus degrees Celsius weather. That's right, unfreaking believable, folks. It is like Miami up in northern Canada, and we're not a 51st state even. Unfreaking believable. Anyway, hope the good weather is, you know, wherever you are as well. I love it. Just absolutely love it. Long story short, I want to say big thanks to all of my viewers, subscribers or not. Thanks for sticking with me all these years, these unbelievably fun years. I hope another 8 is in the works. All right, let's put this bad boy to the test. Here we go. Let's start off with DC volts. Pull out the DMM check plus. 5.00 is what we want. 5.01 is what we get. Not bad. Now we're looking at resistance. Starting off with 100K, 99.6, 10K, 9.9, 1K, 1000 ohm, just shy, and finally 100 ohm, coming in at 99.6. And look at that, no resistance on those cheapy OEM test leads. Awesome. All right, let's put it up on that 100 ohm precision resistor. See what we get. And yeah, 99.8. All right, here we go. Now, rather busy looking workbench. Man, I've got so much stuff. I had a month sabbatical here. I had a lot of stuff going on, and well, we're back in the YouTube business, as you can tell, so lots of catching up to do. Man, I got a lot of meters to review. Holy moly. Anyway, here we are, classic Fluke 87.5 against the El Cheapo. So a super uber expensive meter against this cheapie from Amazon. Now, this is a continuity head-to-head only, but suffice to say, only one winner shall be claimed. All right, let's just get this going here. All right, so let's get this going here. As we had done 8 years ago, bada boom, bada bing, bada bang, I'm going to use the default stock test leads that come with this cheapie. These guys right here. And I am going to turn on a mini sound meter. 66.8 decibels is what we got with that cheapo. Now I'm going to take the same test leads and we're going to plug them into the Fluke. Oh my God, can you imagine a Fluke with these cheapy test leads? I know it's sacrilegious, what can we say? But for the sake of science, we are going to do it. Oh, and we're going to do it, yeah. All right, we are in continuity mode now with the Fluke. Nothing has changed in terms of that sound meter. Same position as the cheapie. I wonder if we can get this more. There we are. Let's just see if we can get it all into focus for you guys. All right, here we go. Let's take away that 18650. What the heck is that doing? I really got to clean up this workbench. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, lo and behold, that was a blowaway. Look at that. 91.2 decibels for the Fluke 87. Yeah. Seen El Cheapy Crapo test leads that come with the cheapo, but nonetheless, it just annihilated the cheapo. That just blew that theory right out of the water, didn't it? Oh my God. Anyway, well, you know what? Hey, for the average Joe who's just doing a weekend little thing, this still will suffice. I swear. As I mentioned so many times during this review, this meter is just fully loaded. This thing is maxed out to the min. I've never seen a cheapo that does it all, and like this one does. I mean, this little HK33D literally has every setting you can imagine. I mean, look, we have our off position, followed right away by volts DC. After that, look, it goes up to volts AC as well as frequency. Then you get NCV and live wire, both of them. And heck, even get frequency up to 10 megahertz. Holy fanoli. Good old standards, resistance, continuity, diode, and capacitance. And let's not forget temperature. Yeah, that's what a lot of meters that have a lot of settings, sometimes they negate temperature. But no, you get it with the HK33D, both Celsius and Fahrenheit. And love it or leave it, HFE or transistor test. Legacy maybe, but it is still here. Followed, of course, by microamps, along with frequency, AC/DC, and milliamps, and finally, high current amps. I'm telling you, this little guy, it has them all. Not only that, take a good close look. We've got the max, min included, as well as that rel feature. Everything. And we have the one-touch hold, as well as the backlight and the select and a flashlight. I mean, this little guy checks all the boxes. Speaking of boxes, like, why? You get a screwdriver. Why do they give us little screwdrivers? I never know what to do with these little screwdrivers. Another cool feature for just cheapy meter is the fact you're getting that LED. Look at that. We get a nice LED depending on the range. It will become active. In this case, it's also active with non-contact voltage, also known as EF. Let's take a look. Nice and sensitive. Oh, and loud too, with that audible visual. Love it, love it. Dual temperature, both Celsius and Fahrenheit, just by the click of a button. Well, the select button, that is. Groovy. In capacitance mode now. Now, this little bad boy does up to 100 millifarad, 100,000 microfarad. But let's start off nice and easy with a 500 or so microfarad capacitor. Now, by the way, I'm using the little doohickey it comes with. It's going to be plugged into the appropriate input. So the minus and the positive should match up to the minus and positive on that little tester. Okay, here we are, inserting like so. And hey, that actually fits that big capacitor. And that was fast. That was really fast. Look at that. So that literally took a second or so, and 560 microfarad coming in at 515. Well, within spec, it's a goodie. Good stuff. Well, I gotta say, that little contraption can make things easier. You know, sometimes double-handing it isn't fun with the test leads, but let's move up now. 100 microfarad. Here we go. Now, is it gonna fit? Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe it will. Hang on. Oh, come on. Come on. Yes. Yes, it fits. Okay, here we go. Now it's thinking. I'm assuming it's thinking. Should be thinking. Not getting any sort of an indicator, although it is in millifarad mode right now. We can see on the display. That looks weird, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Is it actually doing anything? I am not. Oh, there it goes. 99.4 millifarad. Oh yeah, that's a booyah. Hey, that wasn't so bad either. Not bad at all. Excellent. So 100 millifarad, not a problem for this little cheapie. AC volts are not a problem. You can use the Pro Masters if you want to. Yeah, you're not relegated to the cheapy test leads with this cheapo meter. No, you can spice things up and put in the most expensive test leads you'll ever buy, like I did. Anyway, 60 hertz frequency. Look at that. frequency as well as AC volts, all at the push of a button. Nice. Alright, it's teardown time. Never know what to expect with the cheapos when it comes to doing the teardowns. Here we are with a little bit of that blast shielding protection going on, but no shielding per se, but we do have that little bit of blast protection on the ridges. 4 Phillips screws keep this little guy together, and there are the main innards. Ooh, that is a clean looking PCB. Let's start at the bottom, shall we? We have those split variety input jacks, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, and take a closer look. They're actually in there pretty good, no complaints. Milliamp, glass fuse, and the high current amp, we have a 10 amp 250 volt ceramic, so that's not so bad. Current shunt is long, but it is on the thin side. I'm not going to be able to take as much heat as normally. That main CPU, unfortunately, it is etched. Can't tell what it is. I tried, but to no avail. On top of that, we have the oscillator, our speaker piezo header for the factory calibration there below. The usual assortment, a little bit of a diode clamp going on as well. A little ho-hum, you know, it does have that sort of 830 tinge to it, doesn't it, in terms of an overall look, PCB. The fab date here, interesting enough, is 2023, so this has been around for a while, repackaged, probably reprogrammed slightly, and they do a lot of this, a lot of the time with multimeters, just makes them, you know, a little bit better in the long run. Now we have the top of the unit here. That's where we have our LED for the flashlight, the battery housing, and take a look at that interesting, if I can get it in focus, there we go. There is the NCV. It's that little metal filament that is sort of all wired up there, circular, and that actually feeds. Let's see if we can follow where that goes. Oh, it's going to, yep, right there to the main board, right to the PCB itself. Stuck in there, soldered in, nice blob going on, so that ain't going anywhere. And like I said, this had pretty decent NCV. I mean, I can't complain. I don't care what it looks like. Does it work? Yes, it does. That works for me. Anyway, there we go. In a nutshell, looking good. Closing thoughts and the little cheapy BINTA HK33D. Oh, you know I love it. I love it. Hey, what can you expect from a cheapo? I mean, this meter literally does it all, and it does it quite well. Now, it's not a fluke 87, of course not. But then again, it's only 20 bucks. So seriously, deal with it. Performance-wise, top-notch, no problems whatsoever. And man, did it ever test capacitors uber fast. I mean, that 100 millifarad, literally a couple of seconds, well, maybe 10, but still. And it just works. Everything works. The ranges work. It's fast. It's efficient. Continuity has both the audio visual. It just does it all. And no problems as well with the current. High current was just as good. And I just didn't want to make a 45-minute video on a small cheapo meter. But what can I say? This, my friends, is a keeper. Internally, could have been better, yes. One meager little PTC in terms of input protection. I know, but if you're using this for home-based business and hobby, you can't go wrong. I mean, come on, this will work just fine, safely on the mains. I kid you not, yes. If you're looking for a cheap multimeter that won't break the bank, that does it all, and I mean does it all, literally, you will have a hard time, my friends, finding a multimeter that does everything this little one does at this price point. Hey, I don't even think there is another meter that I can think of that has all the features of this one. If there is, put it in the comments below, because I don't believe you. Hey, other than that, what can I say? Highly recommend this little one. If it wasn't for that ho-hum input protection, this would be a 5-star meter. The BINTA HK33D Cheapo Extraordinaire gets a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Hey, thanks for watching this review, everybody. Don't forget we have Klein Week coming up. Slight delay, but it is coming up at the end of the month. 1 week of Klein goodness. Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. Till the next one, keep on testing.